Gonna be hello everyone. This is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is May the 1st of 2023. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is next Bitcoin. Confident decentralist. In motion. Yeah, I'm in motion. And people who are in motion today, they call this May Day, the workers' day. It's supposed to take off with. No, in motion. We're working. We're not in parades. We're not in communist parades today. We're doing the real thing. I'm doing the real show. Because this is where the big boys play. I'm offended by selling. We got Puppy in the house. We got Anders in the house. These guys have been around for a long time, and they are in motion. They've got their own show going. Is it? Wait, so it's not going on right now, though, because we didn't. There's not a Twitter space going on right now with this, but it's on my channel, right? I don't even know if it's being simulcasted anywhere else. But they're here, and we're going to talk. I'm already in Miami, people, and a lot of you already knew that I was in Miami because you follow me on Twitter at TechBall. But these guys got a good Twitter spaces going on. They didn't used to have a show back in the day, but they're in motion. They made it up. They met in person. I see them in person. I spoke at Anders' events back in 2018, and he was getting people in Los Angeles. A few people would show up. If those people actually listened to us, I mean, how rich would those dudes be today? Pound that like button. Seriously, man. So we've been in this game for a long time. I'm happy to bring you the best freaking guest in the space. This one is going to be a laid-back, fun show. Ask questions. Do the super chat. That gets my attention. Type in BitcoinMeister. And, welcome to the show, guys. Anders, you're the senior member here. You've been around longer than Pubby. What's in the space? I don't know your exact ages. That's personal info. Pound that like button. But what's going on with you, Anders? How's Southern California?
Yeah, first of all, I'm still 27 years old. Okay. But apart from that, what's going on? Dude, can I just say first and foremost, I'm so excited to be here on your show for several reasons. The first, well, I'll get to the more related to you afterwards, but the first one being that Puppy and I used to do this on YouTube, and the last show we had goes all the way 1.5 years ago, which was actually with you. We had you on as a guest. So it's nostalgic for me to hear once again sit and podcast and YouTube, with the streaming. It's fun that I can see the people that I'm talking to. And Poppy's legendary broken closet, as a hodler, he's not spending money on fixing it. So the other reason is that Adam, me and Puppy really thank you for bringing us together, because that was back at the bottom of the bear market end of 18 that you had me on, and I'm always, was always grateful for participating. You had me on your This Week in Bitcoin that you did every Friday, and there goes the doorbell. That's when Poppy, he was watching your show, like I was watching all your shows, right? And he reached out, and that's why we became friends and brothers. So that was because of you having me on, Puppy sawing it, we connected. And you helped make Toxic Happy Hour even possible, man. And we thank you for that.
Well, dude, you're in motion. I'm about connecting people. I'm trying, and you were about physically connecting people in LA too, with putting on those events, great events and stuff back in the day. 2018, 2019, I was at your events. It's the real thing. I'm about networking. We're not about canceling people. This is about building. Okay. It's a win-win situation when you get people together. I got Bitcoin trading cards. I got him on this show. It's blown up for him, and I love it. And he believed me. I said, hey, if anybody wants consulting, I am all about networking people. So if anyone out there, these guys can attest to it. BCC Trading Cards, who's got the freaking hottest Bitcoin trading cards in the world. Second series is debuting in Miami in 3 weeks. These guys got a big party the day before. You're going to talk about your party you're having in Miami that everyone's got to attend. But I'm just saying, I connect people. And yeah, sure, there's a little consulting fee, whatever. It's cool. It's worth it. Ask Bitcoin trading cards. That's what I like doing now, is just putting people together. And whatever, if you see me in person, I'm going to introduce you to every single person that walks by me at the conference. I'll be at the conference, people. All right. Yeah, check out BTC_cards on Twitter. The trading cards are just the hottest things. Like the freaking Adam Meister card sold for like $1,600. They were only people. If something is scarce, they oh wow, they pay a lot for it. But it's very good art. All right, Pubby, what's up with you, man?
Man, I mean, what an introduction just to begin this entire show. For knowing you, and you know what's funny, Adam? Man, if I had a Satoshi for every time we mentioned you in our spaces, man, I'd have a whole Bitcoin by now, because you're the real deal, OG. That had told people for years. And I was actually today, you know, we do our show 2 to 4 Eastern time. I was laughing because I remember you did one show, you're telling people, like, what should I do? How much Bitcoin should I have? It's back when Bitcoin was about $600. You said, look, if you want your future secured,
yeah,
6,000. Let's take $6,000 and you will secure your future. Now, you've never wavered. You never wavered from anything you've ever said. And that's the beautiful thing. So it's cool when the noobs come in. How did you guys know about this or learn about this? Man, we didn't have spaces at the time. We didn't have that real world interaction. We had Adam Meister. This is what we had. But yeah, you know, going to the party in Miami, the pleb party, at the end of the day, it's about humans, man. I truly believe we're friends that become family on this show. Every day, Adam, the people that they show up every day, they literally ignore some of their family to hang out with us every day because we're friends and family. Bitcoiners are a rare breed because it's not only Bitcoin that they have in common. Bitcoin's a golden thread that really keeps us hanging together. It really is. And what you have after that is, once you find out someone's a Bitcoiner, you may have some disagreements, but guess what? You have more in common than you think.
Oh, I would have to agree. Between the two of us, you like the Steelers, I like the Ravens, but we like Bitcoin. that keeps us together. You are right. It's a unique beast type of thing that's in this space. The people that stick around, you got to be hardcore. Fitting in is overrated. I've seen so many people go, they want to go fit in with the regular world again. God bless them, I guess. Have fun staying poor, whatever you want to say. By the way, we keep talking about this party these dudes are going to have and who these two dudes are. It's all linked to below. Look at the comment section. Look in the whatever section it's called below. The comment section below.
You got a link there?
Huh?
Yeah, you have a link to the. Yeah, you do. First link you have down there.
I'm prepared. I'm always prepared. It's conscientiousness, like we were talking before. Be like that, people. Responsible. Come in. You know, be just. That's how you impress people these days, because most people are total flakes. But of course, most people don't even look at the link section below. But no, both these guys follow them on Twitter and their party. The party. Look, the party's in freaking LA right now, man. I got to get over to the west side. I mean, I'm in freaking Miami now, so it'll take me a while to get to the west side of LA with the traffic. Oh, God, the traffic. Come on now. So, yeah, you talk about me being an OG, a unique beast. And so I'm wearing my old shirts that I got back in, again, all the shirts you see me wearing, they were free. They're all free. People just give me free Bitcoin shirts. This one is ironic because it looks like Chase Bank. Some people back in the day used to like spaz out at me because, why are you promoting Chase Bank? I'm like, no, you don't get it. It's Bitcoin making fun. It's irony. I mean, some people are just not that deep. They're not that conceptual. I don't know. Now look at this. I mean, people wonder, how do you do it? I'm holding up a can of cannellini beans. So how did I get these cannellini beans? How did Adam get cannellini beans? Isn't he a millionaire or something? No one believes. No one. If I say I'm a millionaire, I've been in Bitcoin since 2013. I say, yeah, I'm a millionaire. People are like, how can he be? He doesn't have a Lambo on his show. He doesn't. So I let people believe what they want to believe. And I'm going to tell you another story, and you're going to think Adam is like a homeless man or something, right? He doesn't have Bitcoin. He really doesn't have Bitcoin. Because how did I get this? How did I get this thing? And these canned, I got cans up the yin yang here. I got this when I was in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm running. I run every day. Everybody knows I'm a big runner. I'm running through Greenville, South Carolina, First of all, I found a $50 bill on the ground. No, I'm not making that up. I find I find money on the ground all the time, all the darn time. When I was in Baltimore County, I found $12 for Passover. But okay, maybe you're not going to find $50 on the ground. Okay, maybe that's not how I got this. No, but during the rest of my run, I'm running by the freaking food pantry. I'm running by a food pantry. Okay, I see them dumping into the dumpster all these freaking canned foods. Because they had just expired or they were dented. I mean, I can't even believe this nonsense. They're throwing away perfectly good beans. I love beans. So Adam, who most of you are going to say, this is how you buy more Bitcoin. I go into the dumpster where where all these cans were. They had just been dumped. The dumpster wasn't dirty and the cans were fine. So yeah, these fill me up. It's great. This is a real thing. People like this can't be true. This is not serious, dude. This is being a unique beast. This is fitting in as overrated, and it's being in motion too. Because if I was a lazy bum and I followed like the CDC just to stay home and pick my nose all the time and wear a mask and everything, I wouldn't have found $50 on the ground. I wouldn't experience all these things I'm experiencing. So guys, if you're gonna sit there at your computer and complain all day, you're gonna get nothing. Have fun staying poor. Go outside. Go integrate yourself into society, networking, and be a unique beast. If you find some free food, I've told stories on here before. When I was in Asheville, I found a bunch of onions on the side of the road. I took the onions. I love onions, whatever. So anyway, I know I don't have a Lamborghini, so I must not be a millionaire. I go into dumpsters and get canned food. I must be very, very poor. I don't have any Bitcoin at all. Trust me. All right, so let's talk about the Andrews. Give some. I've been talk about the party specifically. What day is it? It's the day before, right? Or it's the day of the whale pass day or something.
Yes, exactly. And public apology to Bitcoin Magazine. They have their whale night Thursday night, May 18, and we are throwing a party that I do believe is going to knock that one out of the ballpark. To be honest with you, I've been spending all weekend on putting together more or less the entertainment. We're getting help there from basically we're honoring a lot of Bitcoin memers, and we're having Bitcoin Shooter edit it all together to let's just say it's going to be amazing entertainment. I was dying laughing the whole weekend working on that. So I guess we'll backtrack a little bit and take a little bit of the why and how we kind of came to this. So John Cheneau and his buddy who from Miami, John Cheneau today works for Swan Bitcoin. Huge shout out to them, of course, not only for the fact that they have an amazing product, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, but also because they're supporting us here on this rooftop party that we've been able to put together with their help. But going back to Miami in 2021, which was the first time that Puppy and I actually met in person. Like we spent hours talking on the phone since I was on your show and he reached out, and we came to Miami. The most amazing experience for a Bitcoiner who's serious about this is to meet fellow Bitcoiners with aligned values. And we went to a really fun play party there put together by John and his buddy. They did it again last year. There was more of a really just bringing people together at a bar. So when Swan launched their Pacific Bitcoin Conference in November last year, I told Puppy, look, I want to do the same thing. Let's just, I want to get people together because Puppy unfortunately couldn't make it. But I said, I want to get people together to meet at a bar before the conference. And to us, it makes most sense to do it the evening before the event starts, because once the event is on, there's a lot of things going on also in the evening. So most people have arrived the day before. So if we have it in the evening, it kind of makes sense to us. And I thought, okay, this is super easy. I just got to find a place with capacity for a couple of hundred people, and they'll be more than happy to welcome us to their bar and get a lot of revenue. But that's when I learned the first thing about event planning, and that is you can't just bring 400 people or 420 people buying alcohol in your bar. When you say that many people are coming, they want a commitment from your side to allow it to happen, which meant that all of a sudden I had to put my credit card down, Puppy and I in this together, we the same went for Puppy basically, on ensuring a certain amount of alcohol sales. So I'm like, this was 10 days out or something. And I told Puppy, this is a lot of money, man. Like we're not selling tickets. We're really just doing this to get people together because we love, and most Bitcoiners have tried it, love when it happens that you're hanging out with your friends, right? That from Twitter. But then the thing that triggered me to say, Puppy, you know what, we're going to do this no matter what. We're going to take the risk is I was asking Lawrence Lepard in a DM, hey, Lawrence, like we're putting together this evening pleb party. We just want to hang out and say cheers before the conference starts the next morning. And I asked him, Lawrence, do you want to come to our little thing, a little toxic happy hour? And he said, yes, Anders. And like all caps, screw the fancy dinners. I want to hang out with the plebes. And when he said that, I'm like, okay, I don't have a choice. I, had to put the credit card down, ching ching, hoping that they would sell enough alcohol that would be off the hook. They didn't, but a lot of plebes, especially Hartle Magoo, some actually that don't want to be known for giving money, but Greg Foss, also Lawrence Lepard himself, and others, they chipped in. So we ended up having like a very, we had a loss, but because we didn't have any income, we just had, we just needed to cover our bases. So anyways, it was a lot of fun. It was worth it for us because now we'd also kind of proven the concept of when we put together a party, it's going to be fun. Because I got great feedback from that. A lot of people told me that they enjoyed the conference even more because they had met those people and made relations before the conference started. So when they rolled into the conference the next morning, they already had friends. And I never saw that coming. I just wanted to, give people a good time. So that was really cool. And then Puppy and I said, like, why don't, this went well, just we don't want to pay thousands of dollars for everyone to have a good time. So why don't we do tickets next time? Because it's really, really challenging. And it took me more work, to not have a budget above $0. It's kind of hard to make things happen. So we decided to do one for Miami. And we are selling tickets there. And if people want to go, there's a link. I heard the first link down in your notes. So, and thank you for that. Promo, Adam. But Puppy and I went to Bitcoin Day in Naples in January, and that meant I was in Florida already. So after that, Puppy is fiat mining. So it's unbelievable that he manages to spend 70 hours a week on Twitter Spaces. Somehow he manages to pull it off. But I went directly to Miami after. I took like a public bus kind of thing. After that, Naples Bitcoin Day. And I spent a week just scouting South Beach. People were saying, Anders, forget about South Beach. It's too expensive. Once the venues find out that there's a Bitcoin conference, it's going to be overpriced. There's not that many good places anyway. So I knew I had to put in the proof of work. So basically every day I was just walking around South Beach, looking at street level, looking for bars, looking up, I found this amazing rooftop. Of course, on this walking around, it's warm. I had to take some pit stops for some pina coladas, which probably gives me a hard time for, but I have a sweet tooth. I really like them. And I tried all different sizes, also the family version, which is it's about $39, but it feeds the family. I was there by myself, but it was a good time. And I told Puppy, look, this is part of I'm doing this. This is on you as well. I gotta be fed while I'm working here for Toxic Happy Hour. But I found this amazing place that it's less than 12 months old, so it's really clean, nice, new, great decoration, and it has a feature which makes our entertainment so much better. Because there is a feature that we can work with and people will see it. I can't wait, especially because now work on it really has ramped up. And looking at the things I've been looking at it this weekend for the entertainment, I'm so excited and looking forward. I'm going to arrive on the Monday 15th. Puppy's going to come in on the Tuesday night. We're going to the Bitcoin cocktail event at Southgale Beach, the hotel Southgale. If people use the discount code legit, I have that from Shelly Legit. It's not ours, but if you use legit all caps, you pay $40 instead of $50, and profit goes to Bitcoin devs. So that's the first time we're going to be social. And then Thursday night, we're just so much looking forward to. And I know I ranted a long time, but I'm excited, Adam. I am in motion together with you and Puppy.
Yeah, dudes, I'm looking forward to being there. And there's a lot, you mentioned there are a lot of events surrounding the big event. So there's no shame in having it on a Thursday. First of all, the whale day will be over by then. All those rich guys can come to your thing afterwards. I mean,
it happens the same day, but I mean, I can tell you, and Puppy, you can probably. I mean, the list of those guys, I guess that could otherwise be at the whale party as speakers is long, and we're just super excited that our Toxic Happy Hour family has a chance to come. And
Anders, I'll name drop.
Please, can you do that? Because I spoke a lot already.
I don't name drop until I ask somebody, do you mind if we name drop? And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? So check this, man. You go to you got your regular pleb party and all that. That's fantastic. Guess what, man? We got our boys. We got Greg Foss showing up. Larry Lepard. Preston Pish. BTC session. I can go down more. I see Adam shaking his head.
Yeah. I mean, you got people can go to both part. I mean, whatever. It's all in Miami Beach. Remember, people, Miami Beach is different than Miami. But once you're in Miami Beach, it's easy to get around. Everything's close together there.
It is close, and there's others that I can't even share yet because I know they've already bought some tickets, or they said, "Yep, we'll be there, but let's hold back." Yep. Guess what? They're showing up. Slowly but surely.
It's cool to meet people in person. It really is to see, but it's just to meet who cares about the big names? It's about being a pleb, and there's going to be plenty of
but you know why, Adam? The thing that is so cool about them is not only, even though they have a big name, they're plebes, and they come and hang out like the DM from Lawrence Lepard. And the only reason I mentioned that was he allowed me to quote him. But Puppy, yes, please. But these are plebes, man.
So here's the cool thing. What's great about it is people think, oh, who are these people I listen to on every other podcast? The same people over and over and over, and they think, oh, they would never hang out or talk to me. I'll tell you what. This is what they prefer. They want to hang out. They understand Bitcoin is a bottom up technology. It starts at the bottom, man. You're not going to force Bitcoin down anyone's throat from the government on down. You see, they're not going to start from the federal government. Will never take over Bitcoin and then force it on you. They would hate that. What they love here, the people that you hear now, I see you shaking your hair. What they see now is this, like, man, these are the people every day in the trenches. And by the trenches, man, I'm talking about spaces. Every day in the spaces, it's the same people day after day that love the same. They believe in this truth. They believe in this honor. They believe in this thing. They understand what it represents.
Whoa. Oh, I got to say something here. You're talking about. Wait, sorry.
No, go, man.
No, you're talking about plebs and regular guys. Surfer Jim is in the house, and Craig Shipp. He just got $9.99 supporting the show. We only need $88 for the next one Bitcoin show. Only need to raise $88 more for me to do another show. Yeah, this show is pretty random. There's already another show recorded. I was on somebody else's channel. They haven't posted it yet. It's one of my best appearances of all time, but the dude hasn't posted it on his channel yet, and so I can't post it on my channel. It's like a month old. It's from when I was in South Carolina. But no, you're these people that I was telling you about being a so-called YouTube star or whatever. Kids want to be stars. the benefits. These are just regular people. Greg Foss is in real life is a cool dude. And the guys, the way you see us acting here, the three of us right now, this is how we are in person. This is like it's no act. I mean, some people think guy Adam can't be that energetic in person. Oh no, it's real. But they're real too. Surfer Jim, the Surfer Jim is real. Craig Shipp act the same. They all act the same way in person.
Let me jump in on this one real quick, because the last time I was hanging out with Anders, Naples, Florida. All right, I'm in Tampa, man. I'm in West Central. Tampa's a pretty big area. Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg, all that. Guess who shows up down there? Let me tell you who shows up down there. Not only Greg Foss, but Lawrence Lepard. And they're there for a Bitcoin day in Naples. And here's the brilliant part. People say, oh, yeah, look at these guys. They'll show up at the major conferences. Look, they'll go to Miami. All right. They're going to LA. No, dude. I watch those guys on stage. Only 30 people in the audience. There's 30 people. Do you know how I know? Because I counted. I counted 30 people. And they put the same energy into 30 people that they would put into 1,000 or 10,000. This is why I love this community. This is why I would fight for anything I do. Those guys, you talk about in motion, those guys show up and look, their airfare isn't paid. Okay. They're showing up on their own. But here's the beautiful thing. It's the people that show up with us. It's the people that show up down there, man. I don't know I don't know another word or another way to express it more than these guys are killing it. They're expressing what Bitcoin represents. The ethos of Bitcoin is absolutely brilliant, and there's more and more coming along. This is why man. This party is more than a party. It's more of a reunion. It's a damn reunion.
It's a high school reunion right there. Go ahead, Adam.
You brought up the Bitcoin Day events, which I actually emceed a few of them. And that's a pure example of why we need more marketing people in the space. It was a great idea, Bitcoin Day, okay? But he's not a master marketer. And it's just, we need more marketing. I've been saying this for years and years. And that's part of my pitch for the Bitcoin space. You could be an artist. You could be anything. Don't be intimidated by like, oh, it's all technical geniuses and this. No. We need, maybe there are a lot of technical people now, but the marketing people, artistic people that have absolutely zero technical skill are needed. And Bitcoin Day is an example of that. It needed it's a great idea to have these events in non-major cities. But if no one's going to find out about it, then you're only going to have 30 people. They didn't have it. The marketing is not there. Now, I know he's probably trying to revamp it now and everything like that. I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. But anybody out there, it's a marketer. You contact the Bitcoin Day people and say, I want to be your marketing guy. I can get you 200 people or something like that. Maybe he'll make a deal with you or something.
Well, if they ask us, we can help them. But what I want to say, so Puppy was talking about like what we learned in at Bitcoin Day in Naples, and that was one of the things. But also what we found out is the best. Like one thing is hanging out with Bitcoiners. The best you can do is stay in an Airbnb with Bitcoiners. That is the most fun. So. But I will immediately say, don't ever do it with someone that you don't know and trust already, because there's all kinds of risk and Wi-Fi sharing and all that to consider. But we were put in an Airbnb with Gary Leland, who, by the way, also will be at the Toxic Happy Hour party in Miami, and it was just so much fun. So I think Puppy especially was happy about that. I mean, I was super happy. Both of us were to get to know Gary better. He's putting together BitBlock Boom at the end of August in Austin. We're going to go there and do some entertainment Friday night. Looking forward to that. But the thing with Puppy and Gary Leland, they both wake up like 5 a.m. So when I woke up 8 a.m. and and that was on the first floor, and I come to like the place where you oversee the living room. Puppy and Gary Leland down there, they're like on the third cup of coffee, just talking. They've been up for hours. But staying in an Airbnb when you go not only is cheaper than going to the hotel, it's really just more fun, because we stayed at Southgale last year and that cost a fortune in 2022 in Miami. And this year we're paying less than a third. Like, we're paying $105 per day per person. We're 4 people. And the other thing about it is, so we every evening after the there was 2 days or 3 days of the Bitcoin day, like every evening we just said, listen guys, we have a lot of beers at the moment left over, like why don't you just come over? So it's this impromptu after party every evening at our Airbnb, and it doesn't get better than that, Adam. Just hanging with Bitcoiners, you know.
Oh yeah, fun times had by all. And remember, dudes, if you don't have your reservations for Miami for a hotel yet, oh man. Well, again, what I would recommend is not staying at Miami Beach at this time. It's cheaper to stay in Miami, cheaper to spread it over a few days. But I mean, it's about long-term planning too. And I planned this thing a long time ago. I've stayed at this Airbnb 3 years in a row now, and it's great. In this, I know how to get to the Miami Beach very easily. Well, for me, easily from here. Now I do. Let's talk about the news real quick. We can get back to the party before Anders has got to roll in about 20 minutes. But I do want to get to the news, and just we got to talk about whenever Anders is on. I like to talk about hyperbitcoinization. That's one of his things. But real quick, this year, well, it's reminding me a lot of 2019. And at this point in 2019, we still hadn't doubled the low of the cycle. The low of the cycle was in November of 2018, and it was about $3,000. And then by June of 2019, it hit 6,000. So that once it doubles the low, you know you're not going back to that low, and it's basically only up from there. So the low this time around was 15,500. Hopefully, we have not doubled. We haven't gotten to 31,000 yet. But the low was in November, and now it's May. So I mean, I would expect in the next few weeks, probably June, just like in 2019, for us to hit 31,000 and then be confident that it ain't going back down to 15.5. So I've lived through these cycles before. It's just amazing how these things rhyme. If they smell like each other, whatever you want to say. It smells like 2019. Still have the same type of weak hands saying the same weak things. It's just like deja vu all over again. Pound that like button. So I don't know what you guys have to say about.
Can I jump in, Puppy? I know you, but I gotta go in like probably less than.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So Adam, already before November last year, I was telling everyone the 2 previous cycles, the Bitcoin price actually bottomed 18 months before the halving. So I said, let's see if November, it happens again. That would be 18 months before. And guess what? Exactly the bottom so far, and I absolutely think it sticks, was set in November at $15,600. And now we've already touched double of that. Sure, there's a little bit of a slump right now. I don't really care, and it's insignificant. Nothing goes up in a straight line. I think we're on track to do the same thing again. The cycle seems intact. We're gonna I think we'll see minimum 40,000 this year. We could see 80 or 100,000 next year. Who knows, right? But there's no doubt that the halving cycle seems so far till this day is intact. There's going to be a lack of supply. Supply is being cut in half in the halving, hence the name, and price just goes up. It's programmed to go up. Simple as that. Puppy, please.
Yeah. And just before you go, mention hyperbitcoinization though too.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Thanks, Puppy, for your patience, man. He knows I can talk a lot, and we both like to talk, which is why it's easy for us to have a show, even if we're just the two of us. There'll be no lack of words for the first 24 hours. Anyways, so hyperbitcoinization is something that obviously I think as most Bitcoiners still strongly believe in. Bitcoin will take over as money of the world. It sucks in monetary value, just like the gravity of a black hole. You can't find Bitcoin taking over more than you can find the gravity of a black hole. human nature will draw us to use the best money that's better invented. There is no better store value. You can't invent a better store value. There is no better medium of exchange. We have Lightning Network now. Privacy is coming in as well. So the dominoes are kind of falling. It's a matter of time before there comes a global aha moment, understanding where this is going. And I think once that happens, fiat will collapse probably in a matter of 12 months or something. I don't know. I shouldn't even speculate on that. But I think that's happening within 10 to maximum 15 years. And then we'll end up with Bitcoin as money. And the purchasing power of one Bitcoin 15 years from now is going to be north of $25 million, in my opinion. But hey, I mean.
What do you think about that $1 million prediction? What's his face did? He said,
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. Come on. Dude, what, 90 days?
Yeah,
But,
I think it was a publicity stunt.
Of course. Yeah. Of course it is.
It's to build his brand. He's still bragging about how he was right about the virus. You're proud of that? Yeah. You're proud that you scared people to death? So he's trying to influence what's going to happen. It's good for his investment. It's good for his thing. But yeah,
here's the thing with hyper-Bitcoinization, and I love that word because I like to change the meaning of the word sometimes. For many, it's when Bitcoin is being used to buy everything in their life. It is the ubiquitous currency around the world. And I put out a meme on this one time, and I truly believe it. It's hyper-Bitcoinization isn't when you want Bitcoin. It's when you have to have Bitcoin. It's when you have to admit to yourself, man, this is the future because everything is falling apart. That's when hyper-Bitcoinization happens. It happens when there is nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. And is this exchange of value. So it's coming up. Look, the battle's ahead. I hope we do more shows like this because what I'm looking at with the CBDCs coming down, man, this is going to be just like sit back, grab your popcorn because you're going to wish you have something outside of the system. And Bitcoin is value outside of the system, pure and simple. At its minimum, okay? The one thing you cannot admit or say, or anyone can deny, is Bitcoin is value outside the system that, oh, by the way, is decentralized. You have decentralized value outside the system. Once people start to wake up to this, but hyper-Bitcoinization then ensues.
All right. Andrew, he's got to do his closing statement real quick.
Yes. Closing statement. Well, I hope to see you at the pleb party in Miami, May 18. Adam's got a link down below. And in general, just looking forward to hanging out with my friends and family at the conference. If you have a discount code for the conference, Adam, you should tell people. They can save 10% or whatever it is. Yeah, otherwise, probably can tell you ours. Sorry, what?
You do yours. I don't know what mine even is.
Oh, okay.
They sent me the thing. I don't even.
It's not really a big deal, but you know what? People get
All right.
People get a discount. That time's up. No, with the code Toxic, people get a discount. In Miami, they get it in Prague in June, BTC Prague, where I'm going. I'll be emceeing there, so that'll be a fun first. In Austin for BitBlock Boom, end of August, and at Pacific Bitcoin, which was amazing.
That was great.
In Los Angeles,
November in Los Angeles. Hopefully, they'll have a heater there next time. That was windy. All right, Anders, go. Pubby and I are staying. Pubby, don't go, people. Anders is going. We got 15 minutes here, dudes. All right.
I'll hang.
I want to say something about hyper-Bitcoinization.
Yeah, go for it, man.
And you're right. Many people define it in many different ways. I think you have a good definition right there. When people will need Bitcoin, it happened. Some people will never need it because they're government slaves and they believe every single word the government tells them, and they will go down with the ship of whatever country they live in. They will be inflated away. They don't care. They don't care at all. So I don't think we will reach a full. And I've said this for many years now. We will not reach Bitcoin as I believe Bitcoin won't be the world reserve currency at all. No. It'll only be for the 20 percenters will store their wealth there and become wealthier. And the envious 80 percenters will become worse and more dependent on the government. Elizabeth Warren could become president. Who knows what could happen? But these people aren't. They might actually, some of them probably will need it, but they won't care. They'll be like, oh, CDC is here. It's so convenient. Oh, so what if I'm being tracked? Elizabeth Warren said it's good to be tracked. So they're sheep. They're sheep. So, I mean, I've just seen the worst of humanity over the last 3 years. It's not even hypothetical anymore. It's just like, it's become more real to me that Bitcoin is an awesome solution for people who choose to it, people who opt into it. Most people won't opt into it. And the things that they are coerced into, they will not refuse. They'll take, things in their arms and whatever the government. Most people just blind to the government and what they see on ABC News and stuff. Most of the narratives that we know about on Bitcoin Twitter. And again, I encourage everybody to use Bitcoin Twitter as a learning tool. Don't get into useless arguments, but learn, because you're lucky, dude. You're not lucky. You're smart if you're already there. Because most people in the United States of America, they don't even know half the stuff that's going on. Because ABC News and NBC and CBS and CNN, they don't talk about it. They don't even know about the Hunter Biden laptop. I mean, seriously, most people my mother's age, who are my mother's sex, which is of course female, because to be a mother you must be a female. Pound that like button. But they have no idea about the Hunter Biden thing. Never heard of it. If you brought the Hunter Biden laptop to a grandmother, a young grandmother. The suburban white grandma, no, she wouldn't know. Doesn't know what it is because she only watches ABC and CNN. I mean, whatever. I mean, she'll tell you every detail about the Trump indictment. How they of course the government can go into people's houses and just because they were president of the United States and steal their stuff. Yeah. Anyway, what? Anders? Whoa! Anders is in his car.
Yes. On? Can you hear me?
Yeah. What happened to Puppy?
I don't know what Puppy did, but let me just say I've seen that before. But look, sometimes there he is. There you go. Yep. So I just realized.
He's back now.
Whoa!
I do happen to have Jitsi. Can you hear me?
Barely. You got a bad connection.
Yeah. Well. Let's make sure that I am connected to my AirPods. That is connected, and then I'm going to remove the car.
Okay, just be audio. That'll be good. But while you're resetting up on the mean streets of LA, no doubt you're in South Central right now, Compton and Long Beach together. Now you know you're in trouble. Now, okay, did you Pubby? Did you have anything to say? I mean, you could talk about any of the classic gangland rappers from back in the day in South Central. Anything? I mean, no.
Oh man.
Seriously, about hyperbitcoinization. Anything that another thing I wanted to add. I wanted to, I do watch so many different shows, and some are somewhat political from either side of the spectrum. But it's very hard to get sponsors these days. A lot of people have these gold sponsors. And it's just still putting out the gold worship by the doomers. I'm not a destroyer or anything. I'm like, let the gold doomers have their say. But it's sad that some of these young guys out there, from Ben Shapiro to, I forgot the guy. He's a Russian, not Lex, the light-haired Russian short guy, the Jewish guy. He's a political... he's really good. He's an anarchist. Anyway, they've got gold sponsors. And I still encounter these gold bugs who are just like, oh, yeah, of course, gold is better than Bitcoin because you can feel gold. And that'll, you can hold you. The digital, it's just in the ether. Let me just remind everyone of something that's going on right in front of your faces. That's been going on for a few years now. We're having a meeting online. We're not physically touching each other. Now,
thank you for highlighting that.
Is it only a meeting? Is it only a real meeting when we're in commercial real estate together in the same room? Is that the only real meeting? Or have we gotten to a point we've gotten to a point in technology where the best meetings are online now, where commercial real estate is horrible, actually, is going down the tubes. There are all these liars trying to make you buy commercial real estate now. I've been saying since the beginning of when the government said you couldn't be in person anymore. I'm like, dudes, I've been doing this for years. I was running an internet business out of Baltimore. I worked for myself for years and years because I knew you don't have to be in the most expensive physical place to run a business. But that's what we're getting here. That's what the gold people are saying. That no, this isn't a real meeting because we physically can't touch each other. This isn't real. This isn't efficient. This is terrible. This is not real, and we are all going to stick with commercial real estate in-person meetings forever and ever. That's what gold is, dude. That's what gold is, people. It's commercial real estate. It's the old way of doing things, and you could do it that way. You can incur those costs. Pay insurance. Pay insurance for the people that are rioting outside and tearing down your building and whatever, and suing you in your building. I mean, that's a real meeting for the gold bugs because you could touch that meeting. You could touch that meeting. This isn't a real meeting. Zoom isn't real. Zoom and Jitsi, not real at all. It's not the way of the future. It's useless. It's terrible. All right.
Adam, I've never seen you this fired up. Okay, I've never seen you this fired up. Look, I know you're a big fan, of course, of the Rockford Files. I love that as well. I've never seen you this fired up, but you're fired up for a reason because you're absolutely right. What in the hell are they talking about? What in the hell are they talking about these live meetings that you have to have? Man, meetings suck the soul out of yourself. If you go into a meeting, usually you're dumber coming out and you have less direction. This is the truth of the matter, man. Yep. Who's that?
I tell you?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Can you guys?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you, Americans, an observation I hear a lot of Europeans say. I'm just don't kill them. Don't shoot the messenger. A lot of Europeans I hear say that when they deal with American companies and have meetings with Americans, it's a lot of talking, but there's no action points going out of the meeting, and they're pulling the hair out of their head because they're like, aren't we supposed to like make decisions and allocate responsibility and move on? So I just want you to know, because if you haven't tried anything else, that's what you guys allegedly apparently.
And it sounds like a meeting. Doing. It sounds like a meeting. Do you have a point here? Do you have a point? And that's the moment.
Well, again, I just want to remind. I think everybody sees. I'm just trying to make the comparison with gold. You don't. Bitcoin is the way of the future. You don't have to physically touch it. Just like you don't have to. Zoom is a real meeting. Just like Bitcoin is a real, better than a real freaking. It is a real currency. It's digital. Just people are stuck in the past. It's just a silly
analogy on that to support your point, Adam. Commerce used to be person to person because we didn't have internet. Guess what? Today, commerce is online. That's why we need online money, and there is no better online money than Bitcoin. I rest my case.
Yeah. So I know you gold bugs are like, you want the end of the world to happen, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Guys, you've been waiting since like 1980 for the end of the world. Okay, like most people weren't even that are in the Bitcoin space weren't even born when you started dooming. Okay, I mean, it's amazing if these gold bugs. I mean, there's other comparisons I can make. They're kids. They're people now that were like 14 years old when I bought my first Bitcoin. They got into Bitcoin, and now they're 24 years old. There's some gold bugs who, again, were like 54 when I got my first Bitcoin in 2013. They've been crying about Bitcoin. They've been crying about gold for 10 more years. I mean, they're left in the freaking dust. I mean, at what point are people? I mean, 10 years of Bitcoin for me now. I mean, at what point are people going to say, like, this is real? This is better. This isn't what we were expecting. Our thesis was wrong about gold. Bitcoin is living gold's dream. Pound that like button.
So real quick, Declaration of Monetary Independence, shout out here. Kobe Duran is one of the guys behind it, and it's all about separation of money from state. Puppy, go ahead, please.
He was in Los Angeles. He was a cool dude. I met that dude in LA. Wasn't he there? That separation.
Yeah. I've been to Mammoth with him twice this year. We've been up there skiing.
Well, there is okay, Pubby. You were going to say something here because we still there's still a topic we have to talk about. Ordinals. I wanted to get your opinion on ordinals.
Look, ordinals, inscriptions. Look, if it takes ordinals and inscriptions that bring down Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin wasn't what we thought it was. All right, that's what. Okay, if this is really what you're hanging your hat on, in general, I don't care if the fees. It's a not even a non sequitur. I don't get it. I don't understand what the point. I don't understand. Someone else may, but if someone else gets this point, please tell me. Because ordinals are cute, they're funny. Guess what? They're gonna lose.
Well, no. But I'm also saying, are you also saying like, what's the big deal? Like, it's not bringing down Bitcoin, so let them do what they're going to do. Let them.
It's not a big deal to me.
No.
It's a nothing burger.
Yeah. So that's the right attitude to have. I think.
Yeah.
I think the wrong attitude to have is like, we have to kill this or we have to change Bitcoin so they can't do this. Just let it be.
No, it's done. It'll kill itself. It'll die on the vine, man. It dies on the vine.
I myself, I think I don't think it's gonna die. I think I'm like, let them experiment, let them do it. It's not. Yep. It's like if it can be done, then it can be done. Let people experiment, whatever.
Adam, we can't have the attitude of Bitcoin is the hardest currency ever in the world, and this Satoshi guy is a god. You can't have that and say, "Oh wait, sorry, someone just put an ordinal on here. We suck and it lost." No, it's one or the other. You can't have both.
Yeah, it is weird. This broke some people's confidence in Bitcoin. I don't know how many people's confidence it broke in Bitcoin, but it probably did a few. That is very weird. That some people are like, I'm out of here because of it. I mean, again, there are people that want to fork away so people couldn't do this. I mean, this is craziness. Some of the stuff I heard, but I like that people are experimenting and trying new things. Yes.
Listen. I love the experiment. Try things, man. Try things. What is this thing? It's almost like telling someone that those internet by internet I say TCP/IP internet. Yeah. Look. Try things out. Find out what works, what doesn't work. Find it, work it, babe. Because guess what? What you had back then and what you have now are two different things. Obviously, what you had back then from cell phone. Can you imagine that you realize that you had the internet on your own cell phone? Can you imagine telling somebody that? They would have called you crazy. You're insane. What do you mean you can actually book a flight on a phone? You bank on a phone? That's incredible. Incredible. I don't mind that with Bitcoin. I think there's different levels to be brought up there. My curiosity is is there a way that you ossify this? When is the point that you ossify Bitcoin?
But that's the cool thing about ordinals. And I tweeted about this today. It's going to bring some people. The reason we have ordinals is because we had that slight change or whatever. What was that upgrade called? I forgot. The whatever. And now people are less likely.
Taproot, I think.
Taproot, exactly. So, there was a tweet today that said like, well, ordinals is going to make ossification closer to reality because people are not going to be as inclined to do something like Taproot because they don't know some of the side things that can happen, and that's cool with me. Whatever. I think that's good. Yeah. I think that's a good lesson to learn. Like I think ossification of Bitcoin is glorious, is awesome. It just the 100% sure promise that it ain't never going to change. There's we've had Ethereum 2.0. We're going to have Ethereum 3.0. We already know there's not going to be a Bitcoin 2.0, but something that really just puts a stamp on it. Like, God, they haven't had any sort of upgrade for years and years and years. I mean, that is part of the value proposition of Bitcoin. It never changes. There is no 2.0. So anything that speeds up the 100% sure ossification process of Bitcoin, I regard as a positive. So everybody wins out of this situation. People who hate ordinals but like ossification, you're gonna get your wish out of this. Probably it's gonna be hard to do any sort of upgrade after this. And yeah, the people who like ordinals, yeah, you got ordinals. It's cool. So win-win. That's the way you guys got to look at the world. That's the way I look at the world. That's part of my philosophy. Life is not a zero-sum game. Don't interpret everything as a freaking zero-sum game with winners or losers. We can all win. Even the gold bugs, they can do well. Gold is used for jewelry. You know, be a CUCK, buy your wife some gold or whatever. Okay, everybody win. You got, and it's valuable. It goes up in like $2 over 10 years, and Peter Schiff gets richer. So it's awesome. You know, but Bitcoin's better. I mean, but still, you know, some people get wealthier faster than other people. You know, I am a fan of income inequality. I am a fan of wealth inequality because the rich are getting richer, but then it inspires other people to be like them too. Other people, everybody for the last 10 years, you just brought it up, Pubby. I mean, everyone's got a computer on their phone now. So the poor people became plenty wealthy. Their lives have improved too. So what that Bill Gates has $100 billion? You've got a freaking computer on your phone and you're living on large. So, you know, it's a win-win. They're not just winning. Just because Bill Gates is getting super duper rich doesn't mean your life hasn't improved quite a bit either. That's what technology and progress are all about. And part of the Adam Meister win-win philosophy, positive thinking there, people. Pound that like button. Anders or Pubby, before we get out of here, because we're hitting the hour mark soon. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, look, I'll just say this one thing. When you're trying to understand Bitcoin, you're trying to understand what does this thing represent to humanity? It's value outside of the system. I don't care whatever you think about it. It's not never go up. It may go up, but you better understand one thing. It's value outside of this corrupt system. That's the one thing you better understand first and foremost about Bitcoin. You have value that you control, value that you earned, that you can keep outside of the system. Because this system is coming for you hard right now. This system is bearing down on you. This system is coming in with your centralized bank digital currencies. This system is coming for all the value that you earned. Have your Bitcoin and self-custody. That's it. That's the only thing I've ever proposed out here. I didn't think it was a wild one. I didn't think it was crazy. I think it was nuts. Take the value you earn outside of this system.
We got 2 minutes here. Fitting in is overrated, but guess what? Those people want to fit in, so they will stick in the system and they will love their CBDC or pretend they do, because they'll get negative interest rates to buy their overpriced house. All right, you've got 2 minutes, Anders, and you got the final say.
I tell you what, I often speak so much, and I did kind of have a final say when I thought I wasn't going to be back on. So why don't we just give the mic to Puppy?
All right, Puppy, any conclusionary words in the next 90 seconds?
Oh, 90 seconds? Is that all?
They're linked to below, guys. The party's linked to below. Check them out. Yes.
Let me just say real quick though. Looking forward to back at the normal business as usual, right? No, looking forward to see you, Adam, at the party. And over to you, Puppy. I'm gone.
Marketing. I'm telling people.
No,
Puppy?
not even marketing. Look, one of the things that because of Adam Meister, I met a brother from another mother, and here's what's important. What you find here is friends and family. I don't know. I can't add anything more than that, than knowing Bitcoin truly brings people together. It brings people together. That's it.
All right, dudes. Everybody, pound that like button. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt. TECHBALT. For all you people like, where have you been, Adam? I'm on Twitter every day. That is where you learn. Don't get into vicious arguments with people. And just go to the links, follow certain people. So don't just blindly retweet. Actually watch the videos and stuff. Okay. And also Vivek is running for president. I think you guys have heard of him before. He was just interviewed. He didn't know who Ross was. Ross Ulbricht was. So yeah, tweet at him and tell him who Ross is. Vivek is a Bitcoin fan, which is good. And RFK Jr. is also a Bitcoin fan. He's running for president. I'm just saying the more pro Bitcoin voices to the masses, the better. Pound it. We are out of here. See ya. Thanks, everybody.
Love you, Adam. As always.
All right. We did it in an hour. Beautiful.